It's vinyl. It's vinyl. Boom! I got 16,000. You know them big black records
Oh yeah.
with the
They
big
blown
disc?
mine away.
Uh-huh.
I had them this size.
Everyone, your girl Liz here. You guys can officially see now. Actually been home from work going absolutely hog wild trying to get this thing inflated because I decided that tonight I wanted to do the paddleboard stuff, and that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna inflate that. We're gonna definitely have a really good night here. As soon as I get this inflated, we'll find a way to, you know, take it out. But obviously, I'll probably, I don't know, probably just take it down inflated. Or I can just buy a little, you know, manual inflation pump. I did try this, you know, pump, but it doesn't nearly work as well. I'm gonna actually, I don't know where to set you guys. Give me a minute and I'll set you guys down. I'll show you. I go hog wild. I go. There was about 20 seconds, actually, with only about 3 seconds in breathing. So, 20 or 17 seconds, you know, good half minutes, I just go hog wild. So anyhow, let me go ahead and finish it, and then, like I said, we'll get out the paddleboard, and we'll get some really good practice in. So here we go. Alright, guys, over 10 minutes later, here I officially am now, so we're officially going to go ahead, though, like I said, and finish this, not on film, because I don't want it to be a super, super long film. I want it to be mainly focused on the paddleboard. So yes, I just want to come on and share. I breathe and I breathe and I breathe. So that's what I do. So anyhow, guys, let me officially finish this, and I'll be back on with you guys soon. But speaking of this, I do believe this is about the only thing that will work, unfortunately. So yes, we'll have to just finish it up. You know, because even though those mats, you know, that they have, they're like $100 some. I'm like, nope, not gonna be doing that. We'll just attach this to the battle board. So anyhow, I'll be back on with you guys soon. Alright, guys, holy cow. Whew. Really hardcore breathing there, but now we can officially go ahead and get on my paddleboard. I just decided we're just gonna do it tonight. After a real brief quick looking and seeing that the little floats, because I was thinking, well, what about like just like a blanket, right? So well, I mean, that was not good English there. Those are officially around $160 or to $100. Let me go ahead and take that out. So yeah, they're really, really expensive and up there. I'm like way back here. So yes, guys, they're super, super expensive. So what we're gonna do is just go ahead and just take care of it tonight, you know. So yeah, this will definitely be what I use, though. I will maybe get another pump, or I'll just inflate it once I get to my place in the Keys. So maybe inflate it that night, right? But like I said, I'm very anxious and excited to check this out. So let's officially go ahead and inflate the paddleboard, and then we'll do just practice like we always would. And also, I did realize as well that you do have to have like you know, a good plan, so to say. So we'll make sure that we have that plan. It'll probably be the same as last year, but you know, when you do get a little spooked, right, sometimes you cannot think straight, right? And obviously that happens, right? So that's why they say in an emergency, try to stay calm, right? Obviously, again, sometimes you just can't, you know. For example, there was that one time that the judge had to like almost like yell at the person who was being sentenced because she was crying. It's like, ma'am, I need you to calm down. It's like, okay, well, that's easy for you to say, possibly never having to deal with it yourself, right? And also that goes off what I said with death with dignity, right? And as well. It's like, oh, okay, well, that's easy for you to say because you have no empathy, clearly, right? It's obvious you don't have empathy, right? It's like, well, I mean, it's never directly affected me. I've never had, people die because somebody who wanted to die made my own child die, right? And again, mental or physical health and mental health go hand in hand, except, right, when, right? It's just, no, planet Earth will spin the way I want it to spin. Well, unfortunately, that's not the case either, right? And I've shown that, right? So if I'm able to do it, so can you, right? It's not like you were asking me to, for example, today when I threw that bottle. Well, Alyssa, why don't you just throw it 80 yards? I can't. I'm not a guy. I got guy arms, right? And 2 times the body mass, or bone density, right? My bone density is smaller. I can't. I'll talk to you guys soon. What is it?
Can I
Come in. Alright, guys. As soon as I get you guys down and situated, we're gonna do another one of these videos. So here we go. Alright, guys. So here we officially are now. We're officially ready to go ahead and practice. So here's what I have so far of it. So we have the normal, right? The paddleboard belt, right? So we have the normal paddleboard or paddle and belt. Now this one, the anchor is officially up here. And granted, I'm not gonna actually tie it tonight. Definitely next time. But obviously it'll be tied up here, regular, ready to roll. And then I will obviously shove the rest of this up here for carrying purposes, right? And then because of that, obviously, my phone, and all that stuff, it's gonna be up here just until I get out there. So that'll be that. Or it can actually, let me think here. Yeah, it could probably stay up there, honestly. But I could also, just move it up one. So, or if I really wanted to, because that is pretty heavy. So, just actually, why not just make it one less step and anchor will be down here. So the anchor will be tied and then the rope I'll just smudge up underneath my phone, right, and keys, right, in the waterproof phone case inside the insulated bag. So that'll be a really nice easy carry on this end. Now back here, right, on this other hook, then we have, the drop down anchor to help me go down. So that takes care of all of that. And now, as far as this, I don't know exactly how I'm going to carry it with me. But I do know, well, I mean, it'll actually slide. Will it slide right on in? No way. Yeah. Oh my god. I'll just have to be careful. No, I don't know if I really want to do all that sliding it down though. So, so there's only hooks and stuff like that. Let me think here a minute. Do I just get extra rope, Because this is, and that's why it's good that I don't have the anchor the whole way up there. But again, how am I going to get this out though? Is there a hook on this? I don't think there is. No. guess I'm just gonna have to do it out the back, you know, and kind of keep it shorter, you know. So like right before I head on out, you know, I put it. So just tie some rope and have it be in the back. I'm gonna have to make sure though that as I'm heading out into the ocean, that it actually is continuing to come with me. That's the only thing, but it's not that hard to look back once you've already been out, you know, and you're completely out on the water, you know. So just, you know, peek back and make sure it's back there. That definitely takes away from looking like a seal, especially with the anchor, right, being where the two fins are, right? So they're not gonna think I'm just sitting up there like this, like a seal. So, yeah, I definitely like, I mean, it is kind of strange to have it behind me, but just like I said, loop it through the handle and then loop it through. And don't make it super, super long, and that should be good, because then, yeah. And then actually times that I specifically go for GoPro drops, I'm going to, well, we'll see how I feel. I mean, I only have 4 days in the Keys to start, but, you know, we'll see how I feel, and I can also maybe just drop the anchor and just keep this up here and then just throw that down, because I'm trying to think, like, it's not going to get caught up on me because I'm going to be going down really, really far, right? I'm definitely not going to be sitting on it. I'm going to make sure of that, right? So obviously Lake Erie was a little bit different, but I didn't sit on it last year, so don't have any worries. So yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty good. I don't think I'm missing anything. That's in front. Yeah, you know, I think that's pretty good. So I'm gonna just get a little something, and I guess I'd keep these two anchors and go downs, and then anchor and go down, and then the GoPro itself can be on that end. Although I really do like this one because it's closest to where I sit, and I'm not like turning around significantly. But really, guys, I bet you I wanted to do the GoPro drop from here, I probably could. And here I'll probably have to blur this because, again, you want to be reminded of that time of year, guys. So as I'm sitting down, yeah, this is nothing to get up to there. So, but that's also where my, well, guys, what the heck am I thinking? Once this is anchored, right, then you can just do this one because this one won't be here. So, boom. I think this is a really good setup, guys. I really like it. So, I will officially go ahead, though, and get on going. And then we'll officially bang this out a little bit more in detail later on, you know. And we might actually even try it on a creek, right? So we might go to the creek, right, one time before Florida, right, and test it out. Probably won't go underneath just because it is a much different, obviously. It's much different because, you know, it's like a constant steady flow, right, in the ocean and like that. So we probably won't actually try to go down at all. So yeah, I definitely really like that, guys. That was a really good realization right there to, you know, you're already going to be anchored, right, whenever you drop the GoPro. Wait, but wouldn't the line possibly I think the line would get caught up, guys. Yeah, I mean, it would face getting caught up, right? So it's probably best to I mean, why couldn't I just bring up the go down anchor, right? You know, yeah, I'm thinking that if I do GoPro drops, it's just gonna have to be the anchor, and then maybe use the, you know, the one on this side actually, you know, because last year it was much different. I used the very back to anchor, right? And the way that the waves were coming in and everything, it stayed behind me, right? You guys remember that, seeing that? So I think actually if we do any GoPro drops, it'll officially be, you know, like I said, without the practice anchor, right? And just do it on the opposite side. So, yeah, so on snorkel times, right, we'll have this set up, and then we'll just switch it up accordingly for GoPro drops, right? So, yeah, that'll be really, really fun. Very happy and excited to have gotten this out and checked it out. But like I said, closer to the time, you know, we'll actually carry it out, right? And we'll get on and see, right? And just get a feel for it, and actually get a feel for carrying that too, right? So I need to find that, you know, carrying that, I mean, see, because it's behind me. Oops, don't sit on the Zevo, Alyssa. Let me try to think here. Wait, I like this as a thumbnail, actually. Come on down, Alyssa. Come on down. There we go. Oh, no. There we go. Look at this. You know what, guys? Actually, I'll just carry that in my left hand until I get there, you know? So like I said, this is also subject to change, right? So I'll just carry the inflatable on my left hand while I'm carrying the paddleboard up underneath my right hand, because that's, or up underneath my armpit, right? So that's usually how I carry it. So, I mean, some of it might be, again, subject to change, because I might not like it behind me, you know, but I also might want the, but to keep everything out of the road, it actually is best to have it behind, actually. So, yeah, that'll be what I'll do, honestly. Just leave it in behind, you know, and yeah, check everything out then. So, that's definitely a really, really good startup. It's pretty much the same as this year, earlier, right? But not quite though. So, yep. Anyhow, guys, I'll officially go ahead and get going. Thank you for watching this second half. And we did really, really good. We got everything all situated and planned out into how we're gonna do everything. I'm just trying to think of any possible situations. Okay, so I'm gonna be going down. I see. I'm just trying to think, like, if the waves do move me around and stuff, right? So obviously they moved me around, right? Like I said, the current was keeping it super taut, right, where I was in the far beach. So I don't think, though, you know, coming down or coming up, you know, like here. Let's just do my own little thing again. Alyssa, watch it. So, anyhow, guys, so imagine, like, going down, and also would this fish get kind of spooked, right, if they saw, like, double string? I don't think so. So, and then, so here I'll go, right? And I probably absolutely can get that stuff on. You guys actually saw I did a little bit of practice, whenever I was out and about. So that's an instance where when I'm walking out, I'll put since the rope is just barely going to be under there and all of that, I'll have the room to put the fins, right? And then the snorkel I can either keep on my person in the back. No, I'll probably just keep the snorkel up there too. So maybe get just another small insulated thing that's kind of long, right? And we'll slide in between all of this rope. And then, like I said, I'll just, as I'm out there, put on the fins. And then I'll put on the snorkel. I'm gonna buy a brand new one actually during the final month coming up here in September. So I'll just take this and then I'll just probably just drop right off. Again though, we can practice this more as the time comes, but I don't see why I wouldn't just grab this and just kind of like jump right in, Obviously I can't stand up, right? So it would be from just kind of, come over to the side and obviously like this. Would my feet dangle a little bit? Yeah. And would I, obviously don't do it until you have the anchor, but then just drop right in, just drop right in. And it's obviously the less fearful, right? Because obviously you guys know I'm fearful of the action of falling, right? I'm not fearful of what comes after the fall, right? So, yeah, so anyhow guys, officially go ahead though, get going. So we got a lot of good stuff to practice next time, right? We got the carrying it out there, we got the GoPro and the snorkel, right? And then again, we already covered if we do a GoPro drop, this drop down anchor will be not non-present, right? And then yeah, so we'll practice that next time, walking with it, and getting used to that, finding a snorkel after we get the new snorkel, and then we'll also practice putting the fins on and dropping off. So the drop-offs, the fins, and the tail, right? So, and obviously if you think about it, the fins are my tail, right? So anyhow guys, I definitely like all of this. Is very good. And yeah, I'll probably talk to you guys tomorrow. There you go, Lulu. Looks really nice.
Don't put dirty stuff on that shit.
I know. I'm gonna get the vacuum out and I'm gonna get the vacuum out after I'm done.
No, don't vacuum it this time.
And get all the Lake Erie sand.
We'll take this mop and do it.
Okay, we'll get all the Lake Erie sand out of here. Alright?
I don't.
Just how in May I got all the Myrtle Beach sand swept and taken care of. You're gonna have more Myrtle Beach whenever you come back. When I come back, Momo. Myrtle Beach sand. So, talk to you guys later. Everyone, your girl is here. So I was just obviously unpacking, listening to my anthem. Obviously, you guys can already tell just by looking at me, right? So anyhow, guys, I was just doing that. I realized that I also have to do my buoy, right? So my diver's down buoy. So it's definitely a good thing. Like I said, if I'm gonna have to separate the GoPro drops. The buoy, I'm probably just gonna put at the front right hand side, up as far as I can get it. And also I'm gonna have to, again, probably have the water in there first. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to do the water in there first. Because obviously I'm not gonna be doing salt water. Well, actually, why can't you do salt water, Alyssa? Right? I mean, your mouth doesn't go around that part. Just do salt water. Yeah. So, like I said, the times that I go out, so once I get to the water's edge, I'll attach the um, the fin, right? The super long fin. We'll call it a super long fin, right? And I'll make it a decent distance, right? Too, you know. And actually, I think in the picture that they showed that one time, that is an adult seal, right? So, me being longer, right? They're not gonna somehow. Well, I'm certain that's what that is, right? And then just go up and get Alyssa, right? So, again, it's very rare, but you know, bull sharks, right, are part of the ocean, right? And I mean, they probably know somewhat, right, but not 100%, right? So that's obviously their home, right? But they don't know like what exactly they're swimming into sometimes, right? So therefore, it can be a little bit shallower, and they don't know that they're going into it. You know, or a channel, right? They don't know, but they do know what they like to eat, right? And hunt. So, more than likely, again, I won't have that issue. You know, if I go out, well, I mean, I might go out on the lagoon, right? So, the inlet, right, at New Smyrna, but you know, more than likely, New Smyrna is just going to be throwing out. You know, I mean, I might go out a little bit, like walk out, right? Or like, I guess, kind of like squat down, right? So belly crawl out there, right? With my snorkel, but definitely, again, the most of it is going to be obviously in the Keys. But like I said, you know, they don't know that, right? So they don't know what it is, right? And they don't know that they're close, right? Anywhere water goes, they go and they explore, right? So that means any shark can do that, right? Most of the times, though, like they know, like their bodies can easily adjust to it, right? Because that's their home, right? So, like oceanic white tips, there's probably a couple instances where they come up, right? So it's definitely something you need to be prepared for. So anyhow, I gotta deflate this and then I'll be back home with you guys soon. Alright guys, perfect. Just throw in the loose kit and boom, we're ready to roll. Hey everyone, your girl is here. So I wanted to come on now quickly and share the article, right, that I was talking about earlier, right? So what would the FBI look for, right? So, or what's that one little clue that you actually need to pay a little bit more attention to, right? So, yeah. So it would be what would the FBI be looking for Wednesday, right? So, anyhow, like I said, we'll go through those videos and photos tomorrow. But it was definitely really, really nice to obviously get rid of all, or, you know, practice that tonight. Because tomorrow, it is supposed to rain all freaking day, guys. Bummer, 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 bummer. So, because of that, it'll be really, really nice to, you know, do these photo shoots, right? This remaining photo shoots. And then, I know I did say until the end of the year, but we might change it up yet. We'll see. You know, but we'll definitely try to have it up before my birthday. So, because then it's right in time for me to go. So, anyhow, guys, I'll officially go ahead though, and nothing super easy to edit. And just edit those first couple films, and then, yeah, show you guys that. Yeah, so anyhow, I'm going to stop trying to take up time because there's nothing to take up time about. And it's now about 10:40, so I need to start winding down for bed. So, yeah, so anyhow, I'll talk to you guys in the morning.